Alrighty, guys, what's up? What's up? It's another live discussion tonight. Here with Andrew. There might be a couple more people coming. I don't know what's gonna happen. So, Andrew, thanks for coming on.
Anytime, man.
Today we're just gonna talk video games, and pretty good. Hey, Sour, I sent the link in the Star Wars and the group chat if you wanna jump on for a little bit. But today I figured let's just talk video games. Like we rarely talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a really nice change of pace for the channel. And but first, Andrew, where can they find you at?
You can find me on YouTube and on Twitter at Andrew Casale. Just look for this guy picture.
Very nice. And you guys know who. Well, I don't know if you guys really know who I am, but I'm the Austinator or the Austinata. I'll be Bach. You guys can usually find me. I'm basically a stream whore and a topic whore. I talk about everything and anything, and I'm on everybody's stream. So, what's up, Deshaun? How's it going? If you guys have not subscribed yet, please do so. I'm at 82 subscribers. I need 8 more to hit 90, and I'm close to hitting 100. So please subscribe if you have not. And also check me out on Twitter at the Austinator17 if you ever want to hit me up in my DMs. But otherwise, you guys, if you don't have Twitter, that's perfectly fine. I also have Discord at the Austinator. Hit me up in my DMs. Also, my friend Nindroid is part of doing a Teespring thing, so you can get some merch and with face masks and stuff. So, go check out that stuff. Okay, so video games.
All right.
Now, I have a topic that we could start off with, and that is Marvel's Avengers.
Oh, that game. Yeah, I played it already.
Now, here's what I'm going to start off with. This game lost. So basically, this game lost $48 million.
That surprised me because I honestly quite enjoyed it.
And it lost a substantial amount of money, and it lost a lot of its player base. And when I mean it lost its player base, I mean no one is playing it. And now they were supposed to have DLC out already, but a lot of it got pushed back because they were fixing up the game, which probably cost them even more money than the money that so it's basically the money that they lost. So my question that I want to start out with is, do you think that the DLC is going to be their last-ditch effort to keep this game alive? Because I know that the Hawkeye DLC is coming out, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have Spider-Man out. But do you think after that, if this does not bring back the player base, do you think that the game is just going to die?
Well,
and they're not going to release anything else with it?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I just saw today that the Kate Bishop DLC will be available on December 8th. So it'll be out soon. It says that she resurfaces to investigate Nick Fury's disappearance, but ends up uncovering AIM's new plan. But I think it probably could work. I mean, for when I played, some of the characters I had good MVPs on, and so I think it could work. I mean, with the Spider-Man thing, I bet it's probably just going to be another skin, right?
No, I think Spider-Man he's going to be a playable character.
And do you think he's going to be voiced by PS4 Spider-Man, Yuri Lowenthal?
No, I think he's going to be played by someone else, because this Spider-Man has nothing to do with PS4 Spider-Man. This is its own universe.
I see. I mean, at first I thought it was connected when I played the PS4 game and had the Avengers Tower in New York.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Hang on, let me just get this real quick. But I guess in a way, my question would be is, do you think that the DLC is going to bring back the player base, or do you think the game is going to just die out?
It might bring back the player base. Who knows?
Very nice. What's up, Emma? What's up? Yeah, like just this game has just gotten no real love, if you know what I mean. Like this game is just man, it got shat on very early on.
Yeah, I was surprised. Even it was before I even got the game.
And truth be told, I understand why. Because from what I've seen, the game does not look all that good. Like graphically, it may look good, but from what I heard, it's basically like a button mashing gameplay, and some of just the characters really didn't like. I went like it was just awkward at times, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not a huge fan of Miss Marvel. Like she's just not my favorite thing in the world.
Me neither.
Emma's like, want to hear something funny? Sure, I would like to hear it. Logan's like, I'm not even into Avengers, and the whole situation with the game is just depressing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you first get into the game, try out the Avengers 28 Day, it's pretty fun. But then up to before we see them getting back together, it's slow and boring.
And I heard a lot of it's very repetitive as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're not wrong about the whole with all the robots.
Like to me, it just looks like a very soulless game, and it's like a cash grab.
Yeah, but when you tell it look like the creators look like they wanted this game and show their love. I mean, when I just run around and do jumping, it reminds me of Uncharted.
What's up, Keisha? Wait, you said the game reminds you of Uncharted?
Well, not entirely, but like when it comes to like the fighting and like moving around and climbing on stuff.
Oh yeah, because those are like the mechanics in the game. It's just one of those things where, to me, the game just looks like more of a cash grab that came out way too late.
Oh, well, I mean,
because even though the Avengers are still popular, they're not as popular as like 2019 or 28. Like they're not. It's not at the height. Like if it was at the height, I think more people would have been excited for it.
Okay.
And we got Deshaun here. What's up, Deshaun?
Hey guys.
Oh, hey man.
So Emma's like, so I'm doing my trig homework and I'm doing identity proofs, and one of my problems had sexy in it. Get it?
Oh.
Sexy? Okay, boomer.
Okay,
Just kidding.
I looked it up for this game. It looks like they announced the project for Avengers in 2017, and then we had the E3 A-Day trailer in June of 2019.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it just came from the fact that just getting into it, I think just not a lot of people were excited for it anyway, and it could have also been like false marketing as well. And the fact that they didn't use a lot of the Avengers characters like they should have. And adding microtransactions, I don't know. Deshaun, what did you think? Do you think that the DLC is going to bring the player base back? And if so, or if not, like, what do you think?
I won't say that. I won't say my brain. It got like how we get like 50% chance they might like get the fan back to play the game. But besides that, I did play the game. I actually like the game. The game did have a little problem with it. But besides that, I like the game. But the people, I understand why people didn't like it. The control, the graphics and stuff, I understand that. And so the DLC with Hawkeye and Spider-Man, I think that could get the fan back on the game, in my opinion. So I give it like 50% chance they might get the fan back.
Because you also got to think though too, like 48 million. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a substantial loss. Like that's not like if they lost like 10 million, that's a loss already. But 45 million or 48, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, that's 48 million, guys. That's no, like, in my opinion, I think that Spider-Man could possibly be the last piece of DLC for Avengers if the fan base just isn't there, because they're trying to put like stuff in there to like bring them back, but a lot of the problems come from the fact that it's repetitive, the gameplay, it's like a bunch of glitches. Like I understand games are gonna have glitches, like that's just gonna happen. It's in every game. But
yeah.
if your entire game is broken, then that's a problem.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
like
uh,
Andrew, when you played it, did you have like any crashes at all or like any glitches?
I don't think any glitches or crashes. I mean, it was running smoothly when I was going through the main story.
So then I think a lot of it could have come from multiplayer.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how the Spider-Man PS4 game and the sequel Miles had all those suits and some from the movies.
Yeah.
What would you have thought if the Avengers game did it? And you can have Iron Man look like the Robert Downey Jr. armor.
I mean, it would be cool, but again, it's one of those things where they should have had that kind of stuff in there. Like, you can't just add that post-launch. Like, that should have been in there from the beginning. And again, another issue that I had with Avengers was that it was trying to be kind of like Destiny with like the loot and stuff. But that ultimately, it just doesn't feel, I don't know, it just feels a little weird. Especially for like a superhero game, especially if your gear looks the same and such. Oh, we got Sith Lord JJ. What's up, man? Great to see ya. Emma's like, I'm excited for Little Nightmares in 2021. Shit. Yeah, man, that game, Little Nightmares, is that game good? I haven't played Little Nightmares, so let me know how that is.
Okay, but there are some good things for Avengers game. Like I enjoyed the voice cast.
Yeah, how is like, because again, I've only seen a little bit of it. I haven't played it yet, but again, I'm not gonna play it unless somebody buys it for me because it just doesn't look something I would buy.
So do you want me to tell you like who voices who?
Because I know I doesn't like Nolan North voice somebody.
Oh, here I'll look it up. Let's see. Here we go. All right, it says here. I'll do this instead. Voices. Here we go. Here we go. All right. This better give me the right one. Oh, here we go. Nolan North does Iron Man.
Yeah, I figured he did something like that.
And Troy Baker does the Hulk. Travis Willingham does Thor. Jeff Sheen does Captain America. And Laura Bailey does Black Widow.
Mm.
Ooh, okay. That's actually not a bad voice cast.
Yeah. And there's a lot more, but I only list the main Avengers.
I mean, that's actually not a bad lineup, but I don't know.
I mean, I like Troy Baker. I see him in lots of cool things. I mean, he voices Joker. In fact, Nolan North and Troy Baker have collaborated on multiple game projects over the years.
Yeah, Nolan North was Nathan Drake in Uncharted.
That is right. And Troy Baker was his brother.
Yeah, dude, Uncharted is great.
Yes, I do love that. I like that series.
If we're talking about like PlayStation exclusives, Uncharted is like one of the best franchises.
Yeah. Dude, I was surprised that when the fourth one came out, that was the last one.
Hey, Uncharted 4 is a very good game.
Yeah, I know, but I was surprised when it came out. It was the last in the series.
Well, I mean, it's technically not the last one because we also got Lost Legacy.
Well, I meant for the story for Nathan Drake.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But
No.
Uncharted Lost Legacy, I will say it's not bad, but it's like more of like a spin-off game.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that by the fourth one, I didn't think like by the fourth one they just end their story.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean the first game came out in 2007, I think.
2007.
Well, here, let me look. Here we go. Let's see. All right, Uncharted: Drake's Fortune, 2007. Among Thieves, 2009. Drake's Reception, 2011. In the Thieves, and 2016.
There's like very huge time gaps, but man, Uncharted is very good. Like,
Yeah.
and you know what's surprising? I didn't actually start playing Uncharted until like the remastered version came out for PS4.
In
And
2015.
yes, like I played all 4 Uncharted games in a row. Very good. I want to start playing Tomb Raider because Tomb Raider and Uncharted are like basically the two same things. But yeah, so Tomb Raider, Uncharted's very good. Actually, let's actually talk about Spider-Man Miles Morales.
I just beat that game 2 days ago.
Do not spoil it for me because I have not actually played it.
It's fun.
I did watch the first hour because usually like when I go into like a game, I usually watch the first hour to see how it is and if it looks like something I'm gonna buy. As far as like an actual like scene or like an actual game, I actually got to admit I was pretty wrong because before going into it, I was ready to give it more of a 6 or a 7 because Miles Morales is, to me, I thought it was gonna be like a spinoff, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But from what I've seen, it looks like more like an 8 for me because I don't think it's going to get anywhere near like the first one for me. But as far as the second one goes, I think it looks more like an 8 because to me it kind of reminds me of Homecoming in terms of like the character setup and build up. And but this to me kind of works because because from what I've seen, Peter goes away. So Miles has to. Yeah.
What about that? I was a little surprised and sad that Peter leaves for most of the game.
Well, I'm actually okay with this because Miles has to grow into his own character. So I was okay with Peter not being there. And I like that he doesn't immediately have his suit. Like he has to first he has like that practice suit with like the jacket and like the pants. And like he has and then like the homemade suit with like it looks cheap. And then eventually later on he gets his suit. Like I like that. Because it feels more like an origin story in a way because you had Marvel Spider-Man, which is more like Miles like set up, and then City That Never Sleeps is like continued his character arc, and then with Miles Morales, it's like a very, very good progression.
Yeah, but I think that I don't know if they'll do it, but do kind of like a prequel game showing Peter during his 8 years as Spider-Man before the events of that first game.
Maybe as DLC, but not like an actual game.
Yeah, I mean, because
it's just one of those things where how can you really make a whole game based off of that? Like you can, but then it just feels more like a rehash. Like I think to me the best way to go is Spider-Man 2 because you basically know what happens like prior to the first game. You know that Uncle Ben dies. You know that Aunt May eventually goes to work for Feast. You know about the relationship between Peter and MJ. You know what happens to Harry. Like, you don't really need a prequel game to know what happens because it's already established early on what happens in that timeline.
Yeah,
Now,
but
if they had like flashbacks or like DLC for it, I would be fine with it. But
yeah, I mean, like, I want to see like, I get what you said about the Uncle Ben and all that stuff. But I want to see like we start him seeing his 8 years right after he already puts on the mask and see them do all this stuff, and it can end right where we first meet him in the first game.
you know what? That's actually like an interesting idea for like Spider-Man 2 to like have that kind of stuff, but as flashbacks. Like you don't need to make it like an entire game.
Nah.
But now, actually, I have like an interesting question. Do you think that this entire like this Insomniac's verse? Do you think that this universe is basically being like this is going to set up to Peter eventually handing the mantle to Spider-Man for good, and just have like Peter either dying or having Peter retire later on, and then just having the rest of it just be all Miles? Or do you think that they're going to keep going with the Peter Miles stuff?
Okay, I do not want any of that stuff to happen. I want Peter to continue being Spider-Man.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't want him to retire.
I mean, you could have Peter Parker mentor Miles, but you don't have to have Peter Parker dying,
Or have him retire.
over time,
Because they already established that Peter's already 8 years into being Spider-Man. So maybe have Spider-Man like 3 or 4. Like, because again, my thing is I don't want to see Green Goblin in Spider-Man 2. Because
Really?
I think Spider-Man 2 should just be all about, Venom, and then Spider-Man 2 sets up Spider-Man 3 with Green Goblin.
Yeah, because if you remember in the first game, Harry was in a green tank and had lots of weird, like sticky things all around them.
Yeah. Like, to me, just do Venom in the second one. And then you can have a couple big villains here. But the Green Goblin should have his own game, not being a secondary villain to... Or don't have Venom be a secondary villain. Have Venom be the main focus. And then Spider-Man 3, you can maybe do Green Goblins or something like that. You could maybe do, like, Carnage or something eventually down the line. But...
Okay.
I just don't do Green Goblin yet. Don't rush it.
Okay, and what else? I mean, when you said have Venom, does that mean have Harry Osborn be Venom?
I mean, that's the only real way you can go with it, unless you can somehow implement Eddie Brock. Like, I know Eddie Brock is kind of mentioned in that card. Like, if you collect, like, the backpacks, there's, like, the card with the signatures and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would have maybe Harry be Venom, and then, like, once symbiote's off of him, like, then Brock bonds with it, and then he works with Spider-Man, and you could have, like, a Venom game.
Ooh, okay.
See, I already have, like, all these ideas coming out. Like, I know that some of these ideas might not happen, but these are, like, things I like to think about. And to have maybe, you could even do, like, I think that because Miles Morales has been a success, I think they should do it with other Spider characters. Like, they could do Spider-Gwen. Like, if you set her up, Spider-Gwen would be a nice addition to that universe.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they even know if Gwen Stacy exists in this universe.
Well, I think if they're going to go the Spider-Woman thing, or Spider-Gwen, I mean, you can just establish early on, or you can establish in the second game that who Miles is crushing on, or, well, I don't know if it's explained in Miles Morales. I haven't played it yet, but
No.
I would maybe introduce Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Like, you don't have to have her get bitten by the spider yet, but you can maybe have, like, her maybe get her powers in the third or fourth game, depending on how... I don't know how many games are actually going to go with this. But judging by the way they're going right now, there could be a bunch, because it's more about the world building right now. And the fact, because you had Spider-Man, which is more like your setup game. Then you have The City That Never Sleeps, which, like, continues that. And then you have Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Right.
So it feels like they're setting up to something bigger. And I actually don't mind that. Like, I want them to take their time with it. Like, I don't want them to immediately do like this brings me back to the Green Goblin. Like, you don't have to immediately do all of that.
No, you actually don't.
Okay.
But actually, keeping on the Spider-Man topic, do you think that what kind of villains do you want to see in Spider-Man 2?
Ooh, let's see. Well, have his main nemesis Green Goblin, obviously. Maybe Craven the Hunter.
Ooh.
Ooh, Craven's a nice.
What
Would be a
else?
really cool.
Trying to figure out which villains because most of them were already in the first game.
Since it's more than likely going to be on PS5, I want them to go for more visually great looking villains. Like,
Whatever.
because I want them to do the villains that they referenced in like the backpacks.
Yeah, like
So
the
maybe-
Sandman.
Yeah, Sandman, Mysterio.
Oh, I enjoyed this in Discord. Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
Yeah, look in the members in the Discord.
I mean, you can do Hobgoblin in Spider-Man 2, but I don't know if I would do it in this game. I would do it in Spider-Man 3 because if
Okay.
you're going to set up Green Goblin, I think that maybe for like the beginning of the game, you could have Hobgoblin fight or just be like the next. I don't know how I would say it, but like maybe have Hobgoblin be like the test. The test that Norman is like testing out like the cure for Harry, and then having. You know what I mean? Like Hobgoblin being like that project. I wouldn't mind it.
Okay. Not bad. Yeah.
But I'm just trying to go for like more like visual villains because if they're gonna go on PS5 completely, I'm trying to think of more like grander stuff. Like maybe having Mysterio and
Yeah.
having.
Electro.
I mean, you could do. Do you think? I don't know if they would necessarily do like villains that they already did though. Like maybe if you want to have that at the beginning of the game, maybe.
Okay.
That's actually
hey,
very interesting.
Another thing in the PS4 universe, when it comes to the costumes they let you wear, I love it. My favorites are the movie suits.
The movie suits are very good looking. Like they're very detailed.
Yeah, I mean, did you hear how crazy it was to get the Sam Raimi suit in there?
In the remastered version, or just the version we got on PS4? Because on the PS4 version, I got it for free.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of controversy of people like saying they wanted or demanded to have the Raimi suit in the PS4 game.
Well, I heard about that. Yeah.
I mean, just recently for remastered, they had the Andrew Garfield suit.
Yes, I think that's also coming to PS4 eventually.
Yes, an update during Thanksgiving.
Oh, wait a minute! It's coming like during Thanksgiving.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see. I remember there was a post. Spider-Man PS4 update. Here we go. Here it is. I found the article. It says here, in the upcoming update for Spider-Man PS4, we will add the ability to export your save to remaster. This update will also add the 3 new suits from Remastered to the PS4 game. We expect to bring you this update around Thanksgiving.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait, so then what's the point of me buying the remaster then? If I can just get it on PS4?
Well, this is for people who couldn't get PS5.
You know what? That's why I love Insomniac. They're always fair.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I'm glad it's got the Andrew Garfield one, but it's only the first movie, not his second movie suit.
Well, I mean, I think they had to go with the first movie suit because if they did the second movie suit, then it's just going to look like the normal red costume.
Oh, okay.
And we have so many like renditions of it in the game; it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to all the movie suits, when it comes to all of them, like, start off, my favorite movie suit to wear is the Raimi suit.
I think all the movie suits are just good visually. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you got all the Tom Holland ones, and you got Peter B. Parker from Spider Verse.
and all the animated costumes are fantastic looking.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. There is a movie suit in the Miles game.
The Into the Spider-Verse one, and did they have the animated show one as well?
Yeah, it's from the Ultimate Cartoon.
Actually, that's kind of one thing I want to get into with Miles Morales. The costumes look fantastic.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
when I played through it, I mostly stuck with the Into the Spider Verse movie suit.
Actually, let me get to everybody in the chat here. Emma's like, did you like any of the Far Cry games? There's a new one coming out 2021. They're okay. They're not my types of games, but I'm open to it. Keisha's like, I got an idea. All right, shoot. What's the idea? EJ, what's up? What's up, man? EJ's like, so video game talk, huh? Well, you know what's my favorite game of all time and the best sequel ever? Last of Us and Last of Us 2. Last of Us is actually a very, very good game. I will agree with that. Last of Us 2 is good. I will say that. It is good. It is overhated. I'm not saying it's perfect by any means, but Last of Us 2, it's not bad. I'm not gonna say much on that because I mean I really have no reason to, but it's good. Nothing wrong with it. There was a couple of writing decisions, but overall that I didn't necessarily agree with. But overall, not a bad game. I definitely check it out. It it's good. Emma's like, did anyone get the new PlayStation? No, I did not.
No.
I want to get it, but right now, especially with like most games are still coming to the PS4 anyway. There's no reason to I just don't necessarily find any real necessity to get it, even though I want to. Logan's like, any opinions on the new consoles? The new consoles, as far as I'm concerned, I can't really give any real opinions on it because I haven't played them. From what I looked, from a lot of people who played them, they look visually fantastic.
Oh, and I heard something for the new Xbox system, something that I saw Rob cover about the thing with the vaping and the smoking.
What do you mean?
They somebody put a sugarware in the game.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Here, hold on. Let me look. Let me relook.
I mean, just the console designs look good. I will say that.
Oh yeah. Who in
Where is it?
putting sugarware in the game?
But overall,
It's
they look good. Can't wait. I can't wait to play the PlayStation because that's what I'm getting. Because PlayStation has a lot more game variety in a way, but that's probably the one I'm gonna get.
I looked it up and Rob covered Xbox Series X having a massive overheating problem.
Are you serious? People did that?
Yeah. They put freaking sugarware in the game.
Good lord.
Yeah. So yeah. So it's okay right now if I start just chewing out games I've played and liked.
Sure. Hang on. Let me get to Keisha's thing and
A
Logan's
debate.
thing. Debate about what? And Logan's like, apparently people vaped in the Xbox events to make it look like they're malfunctioning. That's fucked up. Why? That's stupid.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew.
Okay, let's see. Do you remember the days of movie tie-in games?
Yes.
Did you have a favorite?
Favorite movie tie-in game?
I can list a lot right now. I mean, well, you got the Raimi trilogy games.
I like the first two, but Spider-Man 3 was awful. I don't like it. It's probably my least favorite Spider-Man game of all time.
Yeah, but it did change to fix the little things on the movie, like why Sandman joined Venom because he has the other hostage.
Story-wise, it's better, but it still has the problems of the movie where there's so much going on. Venom still appears at the end,
and you got stuff to deal with Scorpion, the Lizard, Craven, and
But-
and these gangs and the Kingpin.
Yeah, like, and the main problem is the gameplay. Like, that's the one thing I hate. It's like a button mashing. Like, my thumb felt broken after playing Spider-Man 3. I was like, Jesus, this hurts. And then the boss fights are way too hard. Like, the game, that's the biggest problem too. The game is so unnecessarily hard.
Yeah, and but one thing I do is I can constantly hear Toby all the time and him cracking jokes,
That is true, but
which is
I don't
weird
know.
because he does more jokes in the games than he does in the movies.
Exactly. She's like a video games debate.
Like with
what-
Robin.
Like what kind of like just give me like a specific like debate on video games, like, because I'll do it.
And remember, Walker, make sure it's something I know because not a lot of games I mostly know.
But like I know a shit ton of games, but then there are other games like I don't. But like Spider-Man
Oh.
3 was so difficult. Like once I got to the final boss, I'm like, no, I'm not fucking playing this anymore.
When you
I
got
got-
the Venom.
Yeah, oh, I was pissed off the entire time. Like, you know how the black suit had that basically that invincible like.
Yeah, when he
mode where,
when he looks all red.
Yeah, Venom had that shit, and the only way to beat him up was like if you hit the ring, but then he kept hitting you. And I'm like, fuck, I just want to get the end. And the QTEs, the quick time events are horrible in the game. Like that's just, they were too fast. I know that it sucked. I'm
But
sorry. It was
But you have to
bad.
admit, the music in that third game was amazing.
Yeah, the music was good, but you have to have like other good stuff to complement it, and there was not barely any.
Then how about this? You say you like the first one, right? But when Spider-Man, Toby Spider-Man was swinging, all he does was this.
Well, you have to think about it though, was that this was around the time where video games were not like at that point yet. Like this game still came out for like because this game came out right around the first Xbox PS2, so we were not at the stage yet where they were releasing like Spider-Man 2 like games. It was very limited.
Okay, yeah, and when I'm guessing when you first played that game, were you surprised that they got some of the movie cast back, like Toby and Willem Dafoe?
Yeah, that was cool. I will say that was very cool.
Well,
Teaches like you'll debate Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3 video games, which game is better. Well, this is not really a debate. Spider-Man 2 is the better game.
yeah, I would try a different kind of Spider-Man or superhero one, Kesha.
Because that to me is just like not a good argument, because everybody will say Spider-Man 2 is better. Like that's just undeniable. Like the swinging's better, the combat is better, the story is better, everything is better. Even the graphics are better.
And also, if you noticed in the first two games, they still follow the plot of the movie, but add more to it.
Yeah, and that's what I liked about Spider-Man 2 is like you had the main story, but it was different.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Yeah, I mean, you still have the basic scenes and elements that the film had.
But you add in like the Black Cat stuff, and you had
And the
Mysterio, Shocker, Rhino, like. But that's kind of an issue with Spider-Man 3. Is like in Spider-Man 2, they show Rhino, but yet he looks completely different.
Oh, that's right, because I remember in Spider-Man 2, he's like, Spider-Man, huh? I just tried to break through my armor.
And then he's not like in armor at all. And also with Scorpion has like this blue suit in the first one, yet in Spider-Man 3, his costume's way different, and he doesn't really know who Spider-Man is.
Oh, yeah, but at first I was going to say, what if after we saw Scorpion's first game, he gets captured again and they change the suit? But then you just said he doesn't remember who Spider-Man is, so never mind.
Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense. Like
I guess the
Spider-Man 3
continuity's off.
feels way too different. It's just the game tries to do so much, but the gameplay is horrid. Like the button mashing content, it's not good.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
And,
at least, and Amazing Spider-Man 2 is not better either. But I will say this: the combat is way better, and the game is shorter. That is the only thing I will give Amazing Spider-Man 2 over Spider-Man 3. The gameplay is better, and it's a lot shorter than Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 went way too long. The combat is awful. There's nothing really else for me to say about it.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. And what else?
EJ's like,
Ooh.
can't wait to show you all my Doc Ock tribute from Spider-Man 2. All right. Can't. That actually I'm looking forward to because Doc Ock is one of the best Spider-Man movie villains, if not the best.
Oh,
And
yeah.
also, when it comes to superhero movie tie-in games, they have one for Batman Begins.
Yes, that game I had on GameCube, that game was good. I will say that game was really good. And you know what? And here's another tie-in game that I really like: X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I did see that
yeah.
one.
Yes.
That game is better than the movie.
Okay.
Yup.
But it still had the Deadpool.
That is true, but it was better. Like it was like rated M. It like had a bunch of blood and just the attacks were awesome. Oh, it was so good. I will be right back. I actually have to go and because my laundry should be done, so I have to go put that stuff in the dryer. So can you guys hold the fort for like a couple minutes?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
All right.
So, yeah. What movie tie-in games have you done?
I will say X-Men Origins Wolverine. That game.
Okay.
It better than the movie. Oh, I gotta say it better than the movie. I'll just be honest. And also, Keisha, my baby. If you want us to do the debate, I would do it right now. You know when Arsenal gone. So
Yeah, but the one that he said about the Spider-Man thing, it won't work because it will already be Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah. I'll talk about what superhero is better, Batman or Superman. I would do that debate.
Wait, what?
She put a comment there. Austin will debate Batman, and this show will debate Superman. What superhero is better?
Wait, isn't this supposed to be? Isn't this stream supposed to be about video games?
Yep,
But why debate Batman and Superman? And this is about video games.
I do not know. Trying to tell her.
Okay, well, how's your day been?
Yeah.
What was that?
Nothing. Oh, this is an interesting question. Keisha said, "What your favorite video game?"
Ooh, wait, what? Let me see. That's a tough one.
My favorite video game is actually GTA. GTA 5. That's my favorite video game. And
Oh, yeah,
also, this is my second favorite video game.
Okay.
Right here. Injustice 2. My second favorite video game.
Oh crap. I already figured EJ would say Last of Us. He can never stop talking about him.
I mean, that game kind of underrated. To be honest.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, the game didn't work that bad. Like what people say, yeah.
Need more fighting games out here. The genre is getting no love. I got a good fighting game. Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Mortal Kombat 11 is very good.
Oh,
there you
yeah.
are. Well,
Yeah.
I got something to say about that.
What?
the characters they're bringing in, like Rambo, RoboCop, the Terminator, the Joker. Whoo!
Oh yeah, it's very, very good. Like it's probably one of the better fighting games. Like NetherRealm, what they do best is their stories, and I think NetherRealm is one of like the better fighting game companies. Just like I know their gameplay is way too simple, but but it's still fun though. Like the voice acting, like and they also did. I think they produced Scorpion's Revenge. I think.
The movie? Yeah, I think so.
Dude, that game. Or no, sorry, not the game. The movie. The movie was excellent.
Oh, they produced that movie?
I think so.
Oh, that movie was great.
Yeah, but hey, like I was saying, wait.
Favorite Call of Duty game? Never played any Call of Duty game.
First, what made you switch your name from Austinator to Austinata? Well, I changed to Austinata because of Arnold Schwarzenegger, like the Terminator, like the Austinata. All be bought.
That reminds me. Before I get to that, I was going to say, so when you played the Mortal Kombat, have you tried any of the characters? I said that they added like the RoboCop and the Joker and all that stuff.
So I got Fighter Pass 1. I only tried out a few of the characters. I didn't get Aftermath yet, so I haven't played as RoboCop, and I have not got the new Fighter Pass yet. So
don't worry, RoboCop is fun, and so will Rambo.
All right, okay. Can't wait to check it out.
Yeah. And, anyway, what I was about to say was I saw recently a game that was about Terminator called Resistance.
Yeah, have you played it? Because I have not played it.
No, because I just found out today, and wow, people are saying it's a love letter to the first two movies.
Huh. Might have to check it out then.
Yeah, because when I watched the walkthrough, you know what I say, right?
Keisha wants to know what's your favorite video games. So for me, God of War is number one. That game to me is probably one of the best video games this generation, if not the best. Visually fantastic, gameplay awesome, the story is phenomenal. God of War is just a fantastic game across the board. If the Arkham games, I would say the Arkham games as well. Grew up with them. Force Unleashed, I like Force Unleashed.
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man PS4, of course. What else? Uncharted, all four Uncharted games.
Speaking of Uncharted, are you okay with the movie they're doing with Tom Holland?
I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care. The movie I just don't care. Like if it's just one of those things where I'm gonna go into it with very, very mixed opinions.
Okay then.
Because it's just, again, it's a video game movie. I'm gonna go into it with a doubt. Like even though the Sonic movie and Detective Pikachu were good, a majority of them are just not.
Okay, that seems fair.
Emma's like, I like Madden or COD. Call of Duty. I'm a Call of Duty fan somewhat.
I never played any Call of Duty game.
Oh, speaking of Logan, Logan, I know Logan's in the chat. Logan, have you played the new Call of Duty yet? Because I heard that's actually really good, surprisingly. What's your favorite Call of Duty game? I'm gonna say Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 2. I don't know.
Never played any Call of Duty game.
Emma's like, do you mean like, yeah. Logan's like, I'm more into classic fight games like Marvel vs. Capcom and Guilty Gear.
I played Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom I enjoy, but Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite I was not a huge fan of.
Well, you wanna know, when I played that game, my 3 team was mostly Marvel. Of course I put in Spider-Man because I love him. And I think I added Venom and Iron Man. Boom.
Like
That
the
was my
game was
pre-
fine, but there's like nothing in the game that really kept me going. Like the only thing it had was like story, and they had like a ladder mode, but like there was like no actual endings for the characters. It's just you got like the additional skin or like skin colors. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I had no real incentive to play it.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? And when it comes to like voicing, like the Spider-Man one in the Infinite was okay. I prefer the Spider-Man with the voice that was in the third game, Josh Keaton.
Austin's definitely a Minecraft type of dude. I'm not necessarily the biggest Minecraft guy. I mean, I'll play it here and there. It's like a relaxing game. Like it's not meant to be like this extravagant like visual game. It's supposed to be relaxing and it's supposed to be fun with friends. So
Yeah.
I have no issue with it. The story in Injustice is better, and it's just superior. Yeah, the story in Injustice is better than Marvel vs. Capcom, and I do think Injustice is a bit better, and Marvel vs. Capcom's not bad though.
Speaking of Injustice, I enjoy the story of it, but if I had to make one complaint about it, it's how they portray Superman.
You know, as far as Superman's character in Injustice, I was fine with it because it's an alternate universe, and I get why he's like that. Like, it's basically a universe where Superman became evil, and Batman's basically the only person who can stop him because every superhero is basically against him.
Yeah, I mean, but after they defeated him in the first game, they can't turn him back to good. He's like this forever. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Logan
Yeah,
says, I have played Cold War, and it's still as fun, but due to Activision's priorities and most likely showing dev time is being held back. All right, that makes sense. But I mean, I heard it's fun. So, has anyone played Fortnite? I've played it. It sucks.
Not me.
It's overrated.
Ooh, EJ's freaking out about it.
EJ, I agree with you. It's overrated.
Yeah, but you want to know what thing Fortnite's good for? Is seeing these videos I found of people doing impressions of like cartoons or characters to make people believe it actually is them. That makes me laugh sometimes.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's still bad. Like the battle royale genre in general, it's now just so overdone. Like it's like zombie games. Zombie games are so overdone, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
Like everything zombie related is overdone. Like I'm sorry, but zombie stuff, they have to ease back on it. It's just if we keep getting zombie thing, because now we're getting to the point where it's just zombie exhaustion. Yeah. I'm done hearing about it, and I'm done just watching stuff about it. The Travis Scott feature. Oh, like the Travis Scott burger? Now, what was even that? Like, I don't even understand what the Travis Scott burger even was. Can someone please explain that to me while we're here?
I mean, I tried it. I thought it was good, but I didn't understand why we need a Travis Scott burger, though. I mean, it was good, but I never understand why we need a Travis Scott burger. I never understand that.
Lone says, despite having only one playable map, Cold War Zombie still is pretty good, and traditional COD players have to adjust to the changes made to multiplayer. Okay. Interesting. Oh, also, Logan, we're still setting up that stream with you, me, Davey, Will, and Dan. The five of us are definitely going to be having that stream, and it's going to be off the fucking wall. I'm telling you guys, it's going to happen. And when it does, it might be the funniest thing ever, or it's going to be the thing that makes my channel get taken down. We don't know. It's a mystery. I promise you it is. Because, like I said, we got a lot of stories we can just tell, and it'd be fucking insane. I was like, I hate McDonald's, period. McDonald's is not, like, horrible, but McDonald's is just... I don't prefer it. Like, there are things that McDonald's I like, but it's not necessarily my favorite. But actually, fun fact, I know I said this in a previous stream, but did you know McDonald's has like their own Coke? Like
No, I did not.
they have their own Coke recipe.
Coke.
Yeah, like it's not like a flavored Coke, but it's like their Coke, their own recipe.
I didn't know that.
It's some good stuff.
I did not. know
Logan
that.
says Travis Scott partnered with McDonald's just because he can. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, taking me.
that's Logan's like that stream is gonna happen. Yes, it is gonna happen. I really want this to happen in December. Just me, Logan, Dan, Davey, and Will. We can just tell like Logan. Actually, Logan, on that stream, should we tell the story about the cereal dispensers?
Wait, what?
Exactly.
Anyway, let's get back to games.
Yes, we should get back to games.
So,
No, you go ahead.
when I was thinking of like other like movie games, like I tried ones based off like Shrek and Toy Story, and even some cartoon ones based off SpongeBob.
Oh, speaking of SpongeBob, so I got Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
Oh, the remastered.
Yes.
Okay, what about?
It's good. It's just the exact same game except it's just better graphics and stuff. But do you see that IGN review who's like, "Oh, well, this game was crap." Like,
Oh, they said that.
it basically said it was horrible and that it was hard, even though like it's like a 10, 12-year-old game.
Yeah.
Logan said the cereal dispensers are a crucial topic. They are a crucial topic.
Yeah, they is.
Emma's like, I low-key told her that story.
Yeah, I mean, I played SpongeBob games a lot.
Wait, Logan, if we don't say where we were, can we still talk about it? Because like if we just don't talk about where we were, can we still talk about it, or is that something like can we just say like it can we just mix the story so that way we can still talk about it? Because I want to talk about it. It's some funny shit. I was like, do you guys play the classic Atari or Nintendo games? I play them here and there. They're pretty good. It's cool side scrolling stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact terms, but you can just definitely discuss everything outside the reason for being where we were. Okay, so but we can still talk about the cereal dispensers, and we could talk about like the guy who was talking about the cereal dispensers. Because that's something that the cereal dispenser story is some good stuff. Also, we should tell a story of our English teacher changing Will's profile picture. Oh, that shit was good.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, I got stories for days. But anyway, Andrew, what were you gonna say?
Oh yeah, when I said to SpongeBob, I've been playing a lot of those.
Ooh, what's your favorite one?
I don't know. What about you? You go first.
So, other than Battle for Bikini Bottom, I like the SpongeBob movie game.
Really?
It's basically the same game, but it follows the plot of the film, the first movie.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
You got the list up here. Let's see. You got Truth or Square, Atlantis Square Pantis, Creature from the Krusty Krab, Lights Camera Pants.
That I heard wasn't bad.
Which one?
Lights Camera.
Oh, no, yeah, but if I had to choose, I'd say Creature from the Krusty Krab.
Ooh, interesting.
You know that one?
I think so.
It's where SpongeBob, Patrick, Plankton.
Yes, isn't that where it's like the movie thing?
No, I think. Let me see.
It was like the mini games, but the plot was like it was like a movie type thing.
It was kind of, but it's about dreams and shows them going to like stuff like SpongeBob. Patrick is Starfish Man.
Logan's like Mr. Bevan is a whole lore. Yeah, he is. Like this again, that stream, we're gonna tell a bunch of stories and it's gonna be phenomenal. You guys are gonna laugh or you're gonna cry. Or it's gonna I'm telling you guys right now, it's gonna more than likely take my channel down. If my channel gets taken down, everybody, that stream will be the reason why. So I hope you guys watch my stuff because I'm basically going to be like Unis Honest. It's just going to be taken down. Everything's going to be deleted.
Okay.
Lights, Camera, Pants. Oh, man, I love that game. Atlantis is great too. Battle for Bikini Bottom is iconic. The SpongeBob movie game and Battle for Bikini Bottom are fantastic. They
True.
are. You guys pulling on my childhood strings. Oh, have you guys played any of the Fairly Odd Parents games?
I
No.
think I have the
I remember playing one on GameCube. I don't remember the name of it, but
let
it
me
was
see.
like part of the game.
I'm looking.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
Was it Breaking the Rules?
I don't remember. I just remember it was for the GameCube, but
The only two big ones were Breaking the Rules. That's also for GameCube, and Shadow Showdown, which is also for the GameCube.
it might have been Breaking the Rules. But then again, it's been a long time, so it could be any of them. But man, Nick had a lot of good games back then.
That is
Oh,
true.
yeah.
Now I made myself sad.
Why?
God, because it's just like we had it good back then, you know. Now it's here, and no one's gonna be able to grow up with the stuff that we grew up with, you know.
Yeah.
That's true.
They're not really able to grow up with like the good SpongeBob, and they're not gonna be able to grow up with Drake and Josh and
Well, I could think I was
iCarly
around during that time.
Obi-Wan
like
101.
Avatar and like all those stuff. Like no one is going to be able to do that stuff, and it's heartbreaking, you know.
I mean, yeah. But I can do this. All my cousins have not watched iCarly stuff. They could watch it on CBS or Ashley.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Also, speaking of SpongeBob, have you guys seen the recent SpongeBob movie?
I watched a little bit of it.
No.
All right, so what did you think of it so far?
I enjoyed seeing the characters as always, but I didn't like the whole stuff with the Camp Coral. Kind of breaks the continuity.
Yeah, that's my issue with the movie. Is like the movie's fine for what it is. It's definitely the weakest out of the three because again, it tries to be like a prequel to Camp Coral, and Camp Coral breaks the continuity. I agree with that because SpongeBob meets Sandy at Camp Coral, but yet they meet for the first time in the first episode. So
Yeah.
is this part of the new SpongeBob timeline or is this part of the old SpongeBob timeline? They don't really explain that.
And also, you're okay if I say something about it, right, Deshaun?
Huh?
You okay if I say something about the movie?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
I don't really know what's there to spoil. There's like
Well-
nothing.
Okay, well, it also showed like Mr. Krabs having like a little drive-in thing, and SpongeBob saying like you should open your own restaurant. But didn't he first meet Mr. Krabs in the pilot when he first wanted the job there?
Exactly. That
Yeah.
makes no sense. Like,
And
I know
also-
SpongeBob already met Squidward by then because he's his neighbor. And the
But-
Patrick thing would make sense, but everything else just doesn't work.
But here's the thing about the Squidward. Hold on a second.
But yes. EJ's like, I'm personally not interested in the new SpongeBob movie. Yeah, you can skip it, EJ. You don't need to see it. It's
Okay.
just, it's not that
What I'm gonna
that
say
good.
is, you remember the special called Truth or Square?
Yeah, I remember it.
And you know that there was one part where it showed SpongeBob getting a new house and he ended up with a pineapple.
Yeah.
And then right after that, when he sees Squidward, he's like, "Hello, neighbor. My name's SpongeBob. We're gonna be good friends."
So then man, I forgot about Truth is Square because Truth is Square was so bad.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be an anniversary of the show.
It was so dumb. Like,
Well, at least
new
we got-
SpongeBob is dumb. I'm sorry, new SpongeBob sucks.
Well, here's the thing. You know how I said that the Truth is Square is supposed to be an anniversary of the show?
Yeah,
Well, you know how last year we had the 20th anniversary?
yeah.
That was a better look back on the show because it had the characters we know from the past and David Hasselhoff and all that.
Oh yeah, that stuff was. Dude, that first. You know what? Speaking of David Hasselhoff, that first SpongeBob movie was awesome.
Yeah, and you know something funny? I read that that movie was supposed to be the end of the series entirely.
Yeah, that movie was good.
Yeah, so yeah. Did you know that that movie was supposed to be mark the end of the show entirely that year?
I heard about that until Nickelodeon basically were like, nope, we want more. And then Stephen Hillenburg's like, oh hell no, and then he just left, and then everything else became
Well,
terrible.
well, I mean, but the show was loved by many over the world.
I was like, we still have to do an Among Us gaming stream. You know what? We will do that eventually. I just got to get the stuff set up for it. But yeah, Among Us is fun. Emma, I thought we talked about this. I don't know. I thought we talked about this. Like that's not true.
Oh, and
It's
another
not.
thing I forgot to mention about the movie. You know how we saw how SpongeBob met Gary?
Yeah.
I just was watching an episode recently where a lot of stuff happened and it showed Gary holding a picture, and SpongeBob's like, "Oh, the first time I got you at the pet shop." And it showed her
I
holding a tiny Gary with a bunch of snails in a little cart.
oh man, the movie just makes no sense. Also, here's another thing too. So Plankton's like, oh, like when Mr. Krabs gives him the formula, like Plankton's just like, oh, I don't feel good about this. Like, bitch, like
You've been wanting to steal it for years.
yeah, exactly. Like you've been wanting to steal for years, and then finally when he just hands it to you and says, "Here you go, you win," you're just like, "Nah, I don't feel good about this." Like, what the fuck?
When I first saw that, I was like, well, maybe because like they do like this endless cycle and he doesn't want to break it or something.
Like that would have made more sense. But he's just like, "No, I feel bad about this." Like, what? No, that's not your character. Like, okay, but
I wonder if the voice cast knew what they were going into.
I personally, I don't know. And this movie just has so many problems. It makes it very hard for me to really enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard the buzz, I was like, okay, let's do this. And then when I heard about the stuff with the camcorder, I was like, I'll pass. I'll stick to the OG when they're all in their adult cells. I'll stick with that.
Yeah, it's just dumb. Like, I'm actually gonna say it's better than Scoob. I will put it blankly. It's better than Scoob, but it is definitely not. But it's definitely not the best SpongeBob movie.
Yeah. About the oh crap, we're going off topic and talking about movies.
No, it's fine. It's a live discussion. We can talk about anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you said Scoob. When I first heard about that movie, I was like, okay, this could be like a normal Scooby-Doo adventure like we see all the time. And it looked like it was going to be after they showed us the 10th origin we've seen. But then right up to the point where I think the robots came after Shaggy and Scooby and that bowling out, I was like, oh, this is not going to be a normal Scooby-Doo adventure.
Yeah, it was just bad.
And you know something weird? When they do like the origin of like how the gang met and all that stuff, the origin keeps changing like billions of hundreds of times.
Yeah, exactly. Like none of the story makes any real sense.
It's like the whole timeline keeps getting messed up and rebooted.
It's kind of like the SpongeBob movie. Like they're retconning shit that they don't need to retcon. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, first we had for Origins, we had that cartoon called A Pup Named Scooby Doo. Then we had that prequel, live action prequel in 2009 with Robbie Amell as Shaggy, and now we have this.
Like I have no idea where. Again, Scooby Doo is just all over the place in terms of its timeline. So I can't necessarily say this was like a prequel can work But then they tried to make it like a Hanna-Barbera like universe movie,
Yeah.
and it didn't work.
Oh, and when you said like a prequel can work, can like Monsters University count from Pixar?
I mean, it's a prequel, so I mean, it works.
Yeah, I mean, but oh yeah, since we all know how we didn't like the third movie, I'll let you do that one. The Squidward movie.
Yeah, Logan's like, when are we getting a Squidward movie? Dude,
That'll be hilarious.
exactly. Squidward is the best character in SpongeBob because you feel bad for him.
Wait, you're kidding?
I'm not kidding. Squidward, you feel bad for the guy. Like the poor guy gets annoyed on a daily basis, and the guy just wants quiet and peace.
Hold on. So Squidward could get his own movie?
No, it's just like Logan's
This
just
is
like,
a
when are we
joke.
getting a Squid? Yeah, but I would like a SpongeBob movie centered around Squidward.
EJ, think that's funny.
It would probably be a really good movie though. I would love to see a Squidward film.
But when, like, how, like, would we, even if it was about Squidward, would it still have the rest of the gang?
Well, yeah, like of course. It's just it's still gonna have like the SpongeBob plot, but it's gonna be more centered around Squidward. Like maybe have SpongeBob and Squidward go on an adventure, and Squidward finally tells SpongeBob what he fucking thinks about him and rips him a new one.
Ooh, you mean like finally says the truth after all these years?
Yeah, because he fucking hates his guts. Like he even said this multiple times. He fucking hates him.
And yet SpongeBob takes it as a compliment.
Yeah, because SpongeBob's a moron.
Well, okay, that's your opinion, but in my opinion, he sometimes reminds himself of me. Always happy, loves everything.
Well, what I mean by moron is that it's more like he's more naive.
Yeah, well,
And
sometimes
Squidward's just like, I just want to just leave me alone.
yeah, but there are some times where he is more confident and learns his lesson.
Well, yeah, but then there are other times where he's actually very justified in terms of like what his actions are.
Oh, that totally reminds me. In the early seasons, I want you to compare SpongeBob to how he was in the early seasons to how he is now. Because there's one episode where DJ, come on. SpongeBob is nowhere as annoying as me.
Was that a joke, EJ? I just want to like clarify this.
Is that basically saying I'm annoying?
Well, it could be a joke. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt though.
Okay, where was I? He said
All right,
straight up.
LOL. Okay, so it's a joke.
Okay. Anyway, where was I? There was one episode from when how you gonna do my man Andrew like that? Logan thinks I'm his man.
All right, Keisha's like, will you rather eat peaches or pickles?
Pickles, easy.
Next question.
Peaches, I guess.
Okay, so
Not
well,
that kind of peaches.
Oh. I know
EJ said being totally honest.
Nah, it's a joke.
Okay, so where was I? You remember an episode of the early seasons where Mr. Krabs lost his special dime and he blamed Squidward for it?
Wait, what episode was this?
It's episode's called "Can You Spare a Dime?" It's a part where he's like, "Where is it? My dime, my special dime."
Oh yes. All right. So I saw that episode recently. That is the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like, so Squidward had to eat his paintings because he became homeless because he quit his job, and then SpongeBob was like, "Here, I'll take care of you." And then Squidward becomes like this total dick, and he's just like, "I want you to wear a maid costume," and SpongeBob wears the maid costume.
And that's where I'm about to get to it. If you notice, like, he is told in that episode, he acts like totally different than how we see him now because he like grabs Krabs like, "Listen, you crusty cheapsake." Yeah. He acts all angry.
Yeah, because he got pissed because he got tired of Squidward being a total douche. He's just like, you need to get a job.
But here's the thing. During those early seasons, he wasn't acting all moron and dumb. He sometimes showed more signs of anger and that stuff than he does in recent years now.
Yeah, like especially like in the earlier seasons, SpongeBob is just a good character.
Yeah, I mean, because you notice, like, from when I said that example to now, they kind of like toned down from that confident from that scene where he grabs crabs to this. To that.
Austin, shut up! Do not answer that. Oh, I didn't answer that, Emma. I swear I didn't answer that.
Yeah. And oh, speaking of SpongeBob movies, you say you like the first one, but didn't like the third. What about the second one where they went up to the surface and became superheroes against Antonio Banderas?
The second one was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it came out in 2015.
The second one was good. Like, the movie knew it was stupid, so I think it played into that stupidness with like being so over exaggerated.
Yeah, I mean, having the gang be superheroes go up against Antonio Banderas as a pirate.
Yeah, like that idea is just stupid all in itself, but it worked.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny, like how that part with him and Plankton doing the time travel and had that weird song.
And then they meet the time traveling dolphin.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
I just
and,
had an idea.
It's a trip. I'll tell you that much. Like, once the Krabby Patty, like, they stop making Krabby Patties, it then turns into Mad Max, where it's like the apocalypse.
yeah, well, I didn't get that.
It's again, you're not supposed to. It's supposed to be stupid, and it works.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes speaking of which, you know how there are times during the show and the movie where the gang goes up to the surface.
Yes.
But have you noticed that every time they go up to the surface, they act like it's their first time?
Yeah, that's actually very weird because they went up to the surface quite a few times in the show, and then
and then twice in the movies.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I usually don't like with SpongeBob. I usually just don't think because it's SpongeBob.
Just turn your brain off.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and what else? When I watch the show, sometimes my favorite episodes are the ones with Plankton.
Oh, Plankton is also a great character.
Yeah.
But the way he was just done in the movie, though.
Which one? The third one?
Yeah, I fucking ate that.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
Well, here's the thing. You remember in the second movie, right after they saved the day, and he gave the formula back to Plankton, I meant the crabs, and he's like, "That's the old me. It makes me feel selfish." Remember how he said that in the second one?
I hated that.
But they fixed that once they went back and it showed him hiding in the Gary robot.
Yeah, but it made sense in the context of everything, but I still did not care for that. Because Plankton's main goal in this just the show, he wants the secret formula.
All right.
Why would he give it back?
I bet it's hard to explain when it came to that movie, but at least by the end they fixed it when you saw him in that Gary robot.
Yeah, like I get it at the beginning. I get it when it was like come towards the end, so that way it doesn't turn into like this whole apocalyptic bullshit. But but the third one just made no sense. He hands it to him. I swear to God, this fucking baffles me to now. Why would he just be like, "Oh, I feel bad about it"? No, he should be celebrating. He should say, he should be like,
You'd be like, "Thanks a bunch, crabs." Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly what he should have done.
Yeah, well, that's why he did in the first one. He's like, "Over into the jump bucket of Plan C. I love ya."
Yeah, in the first one, he didn't feel bad. Why does he feel bad now?
I don't know. The continuity of this show is really, yeah.
The movie just doesn't work. Now I'm actually hating it more now that I keep thinking about it because it makes no sense in just a lot of areas. Continuity wise, it makes no sense. I think in terms of just the characters, they don't make any sense. I don't like it. I don't. I'm actually really starting to hate it now.
Okay.
I don't. Visually, it's good. I will give it that. It looks good visually, but everything else is bad story wise.
Okay. Let's see. What else can we?
Damn, I'm the most annoying person in the stream. Damn.
I bet she's just joking.
Yeah, I think she is. I'm gonna give everybody the 10-minute warning. We're gonna end it at an hour and a half. I'm not gonna go that long because I actually am moving out of my dorm room tomorrow. So,
Ooh, where you gonna go?
I'm going back home.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not gonna go that long. Also, gotta finish up more laundry, and then I gotta go take a shower. So that's why I'm going to an hour and a half tonight. I do know I might. So I just to let everybody know, my next stream will more than likely be on Saturday with good old Wrestling episode 2 with our Survivor Series predictions. So please go check that out on Saturday, and then fan fiction streams will be coming back on Thursday or Friday, depending on. Is Thanksgiving on Thursday?
I think it's at the 26th.
All right, so it's on a Thursday, so it might be Wednesday or Friday.
Yeah, I mean, the 26th to the 29th, I'm gonna be up in Prescott.
All right, so
it's gonna be on Thursday.
Oh yeah, so I think to finish this off, we'll end it with, since you said you named your thing after Arnold Schwarzenegger, means you like
well,
Terminator.
actually, the way I got my name was actually kind of like my friend Angry Care Bears. You might have seen her on the channel a couple times.
Right.
She actually gave me my channel name.
Okay. Well,
But I use the Austin Nada as Arnold.
okay, so but basically in the end, that means you like the Terminator films.
Yeah, I like them.
But I'm guessing only the first two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because you thought that like after the second movie ended, when they threw the stuff, you thought they saved the day. No more. The timeline's fixed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, until we had Arnold say in the third movie, you only postponed it. Judgment Day is inevitable.
Yeah. Personally, after Terminator 2, the franchise kind of went downhill.
Yeah, but it's fine because I remember the third movie got a tie-in game, and you got Arnold back, but that was the only time.
Yeah, like Terminator 3 is the best Terminator 3. Like Terminator 3 is not bad. I enjoyed it.
She smells with weakness.
Terminator Salvation wasn't bad either.
Yeah, because I remember, I think Adam said like it's the first thing where they tried something different, showing us the future war.
Yeah, like Salvation was actually not a bad movie.
Yeah, and funny is if you noticed how when I watched Christian Bale as John Connor, his voice sounded like he just came off the Batman set.
I think that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, Terminator Salvation came out a year after The Dark Knight. Yeah, and then,
So it's more than likely he was working on Dark Knight and Terminator like at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when I watched the sequels after 2, even though 3 Salvation, Genesis, and Fake were bad, the one thing that can still make me still tolerate those films is Arnold in the movie kicking ass.
Yeah, like Arnold is usually the best thing in Terminator.
Yeah, I mean, when I watched Dark Fate, the first half of the movie, in my opinion, is boring and slow. But once they run into Arnold at that cabin, I'm like, oh yeah, now we're talking. Wouldn't you
Yeah.
agree?
I would say so.
Yeah, like, I was like, now we're talking once they met Arnold at the cabin. But it's weird seeing Arnold still walking around as a robot, but very old.
Yeah, it was weird, but honestly, I was okay with it because Arnold's old anyway, and
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that after Dark Fate came out, he basically retired from acting.
Well, I mean, but Arnold's still a good actor though. Like
Right.
he looks good physically. You know,
He's got a good
he can
movie.
still he can still do it. It's just he has to be given good shit, and when he's given bad stuff, he doesn't have a lot to work with.
Yeah, I mean, like, in fact, hold on a second. Terminator, Dark Fate, Arnold.
But yeah, I also knew that Silver Sharon go be in a new Suicide Squad movie.
Sylvester Stallone? Yes, I did hear about that.
What's he gonna be in?
The Suicide Squad.
What?
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what? Why not? I like Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, so anyway, here's a picture I have of the Dark Fate of Arnold. I'm surprised he can still kick ass looking like that. See, with the gray hair and the gray beard.
Yeah, like Arnold looks good, man.
Even with this gray hair right here in the beard.
Yeah, he just looks great. Like physically, he looks good, and just the way like the facial hair and the hair, like he just looks great in general.
Yeah, I mean, when he was in the first film, who was this?
Oh, he definitely looked better in Dark Fate. He just looks great, but he
looked
still
better in
looks
Dark
good here
Fate?
though. Well, actually, no, I prefer him in like Terminator 2, but
You mean this year?
yeah,
I mean, look at got the perfect hairstyle, the young face.
Yep.
yeah, he looks visually good.
Yeah. It'd be cool if someone dressed up like this with the shades and the jacket and then do the I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look
I'll
like
be back.
when he was in the third movie, he didn't look like he aged that quickly. I mean, look at him.
I mean, he still looked good. He still looks good. I keep praising Arnold, but like, dude, Arnold looks great. Just like he's still jacked today.
Yeah, I mean, Arnold. Look at how he was when he did bodybuilding.
Oh my gosh.
This is how he looked when he did bodybuilding.
Damn, that's and like he basically still looks like that now, or like he obviously the muscle tone like went down a bit, but he still looks good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean the dude, it's like he's up here, and then now he's like down here. Yeah, I mean his first like acting gig was a movie called Hercules in New York. There we go. It's called Hercules. Yeah, and but sometimes I always like when he partners up with Stallone. Seeing these two together makes my day.
Oh, absolutely. Two of the biggest like action stars. I mean,
look at that. They're like they're dancing.
What is there not to like about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Expendables was actually the first time the two did a movie together.
And the Expendables was great.
Yeah, I mean, over the years, the two had like a feud going on.
Well, I mean, because you got Stallone, who was Rambo. You got Arnold, who was Terminator.
In fact, there's an article that has it. Here we go. This is a timeline showing how the feud started. It started in 1977, where Stallone and Schwarzenegger met when they were sat at the same table at the 34th Golden Globes. Both took home awards for Rocky and Pumping Iron, and Stallone recounted the first encounter. And then it started to each of their movies. In 1985 with Commando, in the promotional, he did Stallone, who was a much bigger star at the time. I'd be ugly hearing out my name mentioned in the same breath as Stallone's. Stallone uses body doubles for some of the close-ups in the movies. I don't. And then it goes on, and this is where they toured together in 1990. And those two worked together to open up Planet Hollywood with Bruce Willis. Did you know that? See, that's here. They are right here.
I did not know that.
Yeah, look at them. They opened Planet Hollywood. All three of them.
Holy shit.
Who the other three? Who the other one?
Bruce Willis.
Oh, that Bruce. Oh,
So I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna wrap the stream up because we are at an hour and a half now.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna let everybody go around the panel to everybody where they can find you all at. Great stream tonight, guys.
Yep.
So Andrew, I'll let you go first. Where can they find you at?
You can find me on YouTube and on Twitter at Andrew Kasai. Look for the Toby Spider-Man picture.
Very nice. Deshaun, where can they find you at?
you could find me on my YouTube channel, The Tribal Chief with DJ Wiggett. And also, you could find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Robert on Dick Consultant, and also EJ Dick Consultant too.
Very nice. You guys can find me on Twitter at the Austin17. So if you ever want to hit me up in my DMs, do that. But if you don't have Twitter, that's A-OK. I also got a Discord, the Austinator. Also, if you're watching my channel right now, I'm currently at 82 subscribers. I'm 8 away from 90 on the road to 100. Please subscribe to the channel. It's free, and also I do streams throughout. I have a wrestling stream on Saturday where we talk wrestling. Me and Deshaun called Good Old Wrestling. This Saturday, we're going to be talking our Survivor Series predictions, so please go check that stream out. Also, I do a fan fiction stream throughout the week. That's going to be coming back. It'll more likely come back on Wednesday, so go check that out. It's going to be Harry Potter related, so please go check out that. And then I do random streams throughout the week. Logan's like, sorry I couldn't make it to this. I really wanted to. That is perfectly fine, man. Actually, Logan, if you can, maybe afterwards, we should talk about like when we should set up the stream, or at least tomorrow. And Emma's like, all jokes by the way, I already know. She's always like this, guys. All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up here. Great stream again. Definitely, absolutely. It's absolutely fun having you guys on. And yeah, that's about it, guys. This is the Austinator, Andrew and Deshaun signing out. See you later, guys.
Hi, guys.